Welcome back to our channel today. We're diving into a sensitive but important topic, the signs that your wife might be having an affair. If you've got that nagging feeling in your gut, you might be picking up on some signals you haven't fully processed yet. Your relationship is your business, but what I am going to do is give you 10 straight shooting signs that you need to pay attention to. These signs. They're not about accusing or jumping to conclusions. It's about taking a good hard look at your relationship and figuring out what's best for you. So let's get real, let's get honest, and let's figure this out together. The first sign we're going to talk about is changes in communication. Communication is the backbone of any relationship, and when it starts to break down, it can be a major red flag. Maybe she's become distant, withdrawn, or just not as engaged in conversations like she used to be. Perhaps she's quick to shut down conversations, especially when you ask about her day or who she's been with. These shifts in communication, my friend, they're worth paying attention to. The second sign is increased defensiveness. We all get a little defensive. Sometimes that's natural, but when it becomes a constant pattern, a knee-jerk reaction to even the simplest questions, that's when alarm bells should start ringing. If you find yourself walking on eggshells, afraid to ask your wife even the most basic things about her day because, it'll trigger a defensive outburst, that's a problem. Now let's talk about the third sign, unexplained expenses. If you start noticing strange charges on the credit card statement, withdrawals from the joint account that you can't explain, or if your wife is suddenly very secretive about her spending habits, those are red flags. It could be anything from expensive dinners to hotel stays, gifts you never see, or even cash withdrawals. She's not accounting for these unexplained expenses. They're not proof positive of an affair, but they're certainly a sign that something's off. The fourth sign we're going to discuss is changes in appearance. When there's a sudden drastic change in your wife's appearance, it can be a sign that she's trying to impress someone else. Maybe she's lost weight, joined a gym, bought a whole new wardrobe, or started wearing more makeup and perfume than usual. If she's suddenly obsessed with her appearance and it's not directed at you, then who is it? For sign number 5 is a tough one, but we got to talk about it. Decreased intimacy, physical and emotional intimacy. They're the glue that holds a marriage together. If you find that you're sleeping in separate bedrooms more often, that she's constantly too tired or too busy for intimacy, or that she just doesn't seem interested anymore, that's a major red flag. It's more about the overall lack of affection, the absence of those little touches, the stolen kisses, the heartfelt conversations that used to come naturally. Let's talk about sign number 6, secretive phone use. When your wife suddenly becomes overly protective of her phone, it's natural to wonder why. Maybe she's constantly on it, texting or whispering into the phone late at night. Or perhaps she's changed her passwords and won't let you anywhere near her device. It suggests that there's something on that phone she doesn't want you to see. And that's a problem. Sign number 7 is frequent absences. When your wife suddenly starts having more frequent and unexplained absences from home, it's natural to wonder where she's going and who she's with. If it becomes a regular pattern, if she's vague about her whereabouts, or if her stories just don't add up, that's a big red flag. It's like she's living a double life and you're not a part of it. The 8th sign we're going to discuss is new friends or social circles. When your wife suddenly has a whole new group of friends she's spending all her time with and she's being evasive about introducing you, that's a sign that something's not right. It's like she's building a separate life for herself, one that doesn't include you. Sign number 9 is emotional distance. When your wife starts to pull away emotionally, it's like a slow, silent drift that can be hard to pinpoint. At first she might seem withdrawn, preoccupied, or just not as invested in the relationship as she used to be. This emotional distance, it creates a chasm between two people, a chasm that can be very difficult to bridge. And finally, the 10th sign, and perhaps the most important one of all, your gut feeling. Look, you know your wife better than anyone, so if you have a persistent feeling that something is just off, that something's not right in your relationship, don't ignore it. Your intuition is telling you something valuable, even if you can't quite put your finger on it. Yet trust your gut. My friend, it's usually right. Remember, These signs are not definitive proof of an affair, but they can be indicators that something might be wrong. If you've noticed several of these signs in your own marriage, it's time to take a step back and have a real conversation with your wife. Don't accuse, don't attack, just express your concerns calmly and honestly. And if you're struggling to navigate these difficult waters alone, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more relationship advice.